Let me see. What? Oh, I gotta go to YouTube. Let me go to YouTube. Let me go to YouTube. Um, hold on. I got. Oh, who is that? Oh, let me mute that. Danny, what's up? What's going on? What's happening, everybody? What's going on? And everybody, when you chime in, say something to me, man. Say what's up to me. What's going on? Um, Click the like button for me. It helps the algorithm. You there it is. All right, so um I am Goddess 369. What's up? Tanisha, what's up? What's happening? What's going on? What's up? What's going on? Boom, 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 boom. What's happening, man? It's gonna be a real quick build, real fast. I was looking in the sky, and there's a Saturn retrograde coming. So I'm like, you know what? Let's deal with that. Let's really deal with that. You know what I'm saying? Let's deal with that. Anybody want to come on and build with me? I love to have some company. Hint, 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 hint. My two Leos in here. They ain't never scared. Leos ain't never scared. What's up, Danny? You can come on too. You know what I mean? Just post the link in the chat. So if y'all want to come on with me, cam up. Let's talk about it. Let's build. Let's have some great conversation. Um, so I get the party started with not. Hold on. Let me do a little bit of this. Let me do a little bit of what they call housekeeping, right? All right. All right. Okay, all right. There we go. All right, man. So I am no other than all these retrogrades. It's about to be crazy. I'm gonna show you why that is. So, but I'm no Ampu, the cosmic guy. The astrologer of the cosmos. In fact, I got something to show you guys for real, for real. Hold on, let me ooh, look at this. Look at this. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Okay. So y'all saw this come to my email 2 days ago. Trillcast in the building. What's happening? This came to my email 2 days ago. Thanks, Ampu, for the birthday acknowledgement so far from last month's report, which means something that I gave her had to be information that I gave her back in April. Okay. I received a 10K promotion and a $25 lottery ticket laughing. Right. It's a win. We take it. We take it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. All right. So now the question is from last month's report, which means I would have had to send her an email in April to tell her something. So what would that be? Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. You see the date first, April 26th to the far right. What I tell her? Play lottery this month, especially around the 22nd. Do money techniques all month as well, especially in this zone. Then I told her balance the masculine energy this month as well. scan the highlight in any bubble boxes. So as you can start to see the report, day one, it's a highlight because I do personal reports and my job is to make sure that you on point. Okay. So shout out to Nicole for doing the work because this thing is a big energy thing, man. This is big cosmic energy. You know what I'm saying? Um, meaning when I say that, meaning you have to be in good mood, you got to be in alignment. Just because the energy is there, you like I tell you to play lottery, you may not play lottery, you may be oblivious to it, you know. So but you may win even if it's $25, you know what I'm saying. But if you're feeling good, then the goal is to bring the energy to you because you feel good, you know what I'm saying. And how you feel is a true reflection of how you think. Okay. And so that's very important because when that time gets here in the future, if you can start doing these little mind hacks of feeling good and visualization, and then you're creating a vortex energy within this very good time that represents money for manifestation to take place. And so next time, I'm telling you, think about that. That month she only paid what, $30 for the report. Um, and she may not even be paying that much, to be honest with you. In fact, she ain't. Man, I'm gonna tell you. In fact, I'm gonna give you the real shit. Seriously, I come to think about it, she ain't even paying that because she's an old member. Where's she at here? Hold on, let me find her on my list. I'm gonna tell you what she paying. She paying $19.99, y'all. I'm tripping. She paying $19.99. And I'm just gonna be transparent with you. I only get $18.80 off that shit, right? PayPal get a cut, right? So $19.99. Take $10,000, divide that by 19.99 for this month. That's a 500% return. In other words, you can take that 19.99, which is damn near $20, times 500 equals 10,000. So that one investment just came back to her 500 time fold fucking with me. That's the shit that I like to get into. All right. So anyway, this stuff is very real. I'm telling you, I'm about to go back and start throwing out testimonials. Because if you know me and been following me, you know I stepped away from testimonials probably like in 15, 16. And then Jew started handling all that on his own because I branched off and went into, real estate, as I always say, because that's just the truth. Okay. All right. So again, salute to Nicole because this thing is real like that. Everybody click the like button for me. We about to go out into outer space. Salute to everybody that's in the Patreon. Tanisha, did you listen to the dolphin meditation yet? The dolphin visualization? Did you listen to that? I am Goddess 369. Listen to it. I am Goddess actually heard something that I just released today that is not out. I'm sampling it right now. It's going out to a select few and whatnot. I got some shit that came out today. Oh, I ain't even let you hear it yet. This shit that I did today on the visualization tip, far as listening. Listen, man. Listen to me. Listen to me. Everybody in the Patreon got the dolphin. They just got the dolphin, I think yesterday, maybe. So they got to wait 28 days until pretty much 28 days until we get to the end of June before they get the next set. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about, in my opinion, this ain't never really been done. When you hear visualization stuff, it's so Eastern. You know what I'm saying? It's imagine being on the beach in the lotus tree. It ain't nothing hip about it. You know what I'm saying? And so, there's something new that's here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, something new that's here. But if you in the Patreon, seriously, you can be in the Patreon for only $15. You don't get no personal report on the monthly, but you get access to shit that I'm just dropping. And they actually had it 24 hours before I even sent it out to my other members that's on my email list and whatnot. So it pays to really be, in the inner circle in that sense. So check it out. The Patreon link is right there. We also got 2 podcasts. Spiritual Politics. It's like the literal podcast, like on iTunes, Spotify, and stuff. I just uploaded one today on spiritual politics, and it's called "My Dad Said Ron DeSantis is the Ku Klux Klan." You know what I'm saying? So I just put that little clip up. If you saw the YouTube spiritual politics, then you saw my dad talking about Trump, giving Trump the finger and everything. Funny video and whatnot. But we got two podcasts: Cosmic Conversations, Spiritual Politics, and whatnot. So check those out wherever you get your podcasts. All right. So check those out. Okay. Need you to do that. All right. All right. So, all righty here. Let me go light up the application real fast. Then I'm gonna come back and share my screen with y'all. Oh no, I gotta share the screen first because this app doesn't have a minimize thing, which is stupid. So hold on. Let me come and share my screen. Might share system audio with y'all. That's cool. Y'all ready? Is y'all ready? Let's go off into space, man. Let's go on a spatial ride into the cosmos. So Saturn's going to retrograde starting on June 17th. So here go to Earth. I'm about to pull the Earth. We on June 15th, 16, 16, 17. So right here. Why is Saturn going retro? I mean, they say Saturn's going retrograde. Because on June 17th, if you notice, Earth is starting to come around this bend and we're starting to come in alignment with the planet Saturn back there. Okay. And so on June 17th, this retrograde starts and it's going to end on November the 3rd. So as we go up in time, we're only in July at this time, right? You start to see Earth is perfectly in line with Saturn. And then at some point in time, we're going to pass Saturn, right? And we call this alignment when a planet is passing you, or like Venus is passing us in a sense, right? And Earth is passing Saturn, then those are called retrogrades. Planetary passing us. It's only two planets that can pass us, Mercury and Venus. As you see, they're closer to the sun. And then everybody else is behind us, so we have passed them. When we're passing them, technically a retrograde is really an Earth conjunction with that planet because it's a straight line, and then the passing is going to take place. And so again, this is going to take place on November the 3rd. But what's going to happen, what Tanisha said earlier, she's like, shit, all these retrograde planets, because if you look far out there, there go Neptune way out there, and the Earth is coming in alignment with that, right? So this ain't over to November the 3rd. So if we come up here, we October. Now look what's happening. Well, shit, look like the Earth is about to be in perfect alignment with Jupiter. Yes. So now you see the Earth in alignment with Jupiter. It ain't even November 3rd yet. We're still in the Saturn retrograde. So now Jupiter is going to retrograde. And then guess what? Who's out here? Uranus is out there, right? So Uranus or Uranus is out there. And then Earth is going to be passing that. Okay. So when Earth is passing these outer planets that you just saw, these are called the retrogrades. Now, something that I didn't show, I just want to show you this because the beauty of understanding this place, I told you, is a couple different dimensions that we need to view this from. One, this is God's view right here. I love this view because to me, this is God looking at creation. So you got to have a real thorough understanding of the place that you live in because the earthbound reality is such a goddamn illusion, right? So if we travel into Earth, right, and we say we want to get on Earth, bam, now we stuck on the ground and it look like everything is around us. Yes, look like everything is around us. The moon is over there and all that stuff. There go Orion's belt and stuff. Like it just looks crazy. There go the dog star. Y'all see the dog? That's serious right there, but look like a dog with a roof, right? And so it just looks stuck. because you don't feel the earth moving. And this is the great illusion being on this particular plane, whereas really we need to be right here. But even out here, though, the real beauty is when we start to understand and get deep out. Now, see, now we about to see major stars. Arcturus. Ooh wee. I got something going on with Arcturus that I think I want to put a little priesthood event for, because I know the place to go in North America that deals with the sun being in front of Arcturus at this particular time. It's going to be amazing if we tap in. But as we go out into the Milky Way galaxy, baby, this is where we live. We live in the goddamn cosmic hurricane. And then our sun is right here, what's called an Orion spur. We're not even in the center of the known as the galactic bar. Hold on 1 second. My maintenance man calling me. This is important. Hold on, y'all. What up, bro? What up? Yeah, they said it's coming from the shower and the crawl space when they did that inspection. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I'm thinking, or that elbow has got a leak in that sense. So I don't know if you can get to it without getting up under the house. You know what I mean? That's on Boggs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Let me know because the buyer. Now I said, let me know because that's the buyer's inspection report that came back. Yeah, yeah. That's under the thing. Okay, yeah. I'll tell the realtor. She says her guy was supposed to try to go over there anyway and stuff. So I'll let you know. All right, thanks, bro. All right, yeah. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Duty calls, right? So we saw that galactic view in that sense. So the retrograde, all this stuff, the Earth is passing by this stuff, right? All right. So then what is Saturn? Let's just deal with Saturn today, right? Saturn is a planet that deals with restrictions, it deals with um poverty, it deals with limitations, it really deals with karma, it deals with coldness. On the other side, it deals with success and discipline and structure, and do things right and take your time. Saturn's energy also represents a cutoff. El Boki, what up? It represents a cutoff. Cutoff like a Saturn, say for example, since Saturn's in Pisces, right? If you are a Pisces or if you're a Virgo, if you Gemini, if you Sagittarius, in the early degrees, because this is going to take place like at 7 degrees Pisces, the retrograde, and go back to 0 degrees Pisces. So if you are a 0 to 7 degree Gemini, 0 to 7 degree Virgo, 0 to 7 degree Sagittarius, right? These four signs, these mutable signs, I'm sorry, these three signs, these three mutable signs, then that's a problem. Definitely a problem. So if you got relationships that are faulty, Saturn's energy is the kind that's like, okay, it's time to break this shit off. You see what I'm saying? Like it's Saturn's energy is time to cut the fat. Anything that ain't working, you need to get rid of this shit because it's time to get busy. Saturn's energy is not an energy that you will fight, especially if you're those zodiac signs, simply because Saturn's energy, think about it. Saturn's energy is cold and it's what we would call the negative, whereas the sun energy, if those are your signs, is warm and positive. So there's a clash with your own vitality at this particular time. You see what I'm saying? So it's best to just really kind of make the tough decision that need to be made, because it's really time to restructure some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so Saturn and Pisces, Pisces is the sign of on a negative, it's some delusional ass things. You know, Pisces is delusion. You know what I mean? I think that we about to see a lot of, and Pisces is government. So we could be seeing getting ready as Pisces, Saturn is in Pisces. We could get ready to see government intervention and start cut through the delusional bullshit that we see. You know what I mean? Such as, what is a woman? We don't know what a woman is. That kind of bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't know what a woman is all of a sudden, right? We just freaking retarded. But you can start to see a cutting through the bull crap, right? On the other side, though, personal, this is the time that you really start to build up your spiritual perception, your spiritual powers, your meditation, your visualization, um, things that are really good for spirit, soul. This is Saturn wants to build. So what else is there to build? Pisces is also music and film. So it's funny. I wonder if we see some type of government intervention inside of those things as well. Um, yeah, for sure. You know, but again, on the high side, the energy just really want us to be successful. So let's cut the delusion off shit and start really building the spiritual component, because again, see, Saturn's energy represents physical consolidation. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, which is all invisible, gas, vaporish, imaginative type of energies. There's nothing really physical about Pisces. Pisces energy is mystical. I keep telling you, like, Pisces is Erica Badu. She's the perfect representation of that sun sign for sure. Comes off with this, you know, with these costumes in a sense, and it's very magnetic and it's very alluring. All right. um, but Pisces, I'm sorry, Saturn here again will allow you to build upon these things and whatnot. So the retrograde, again, from what my notes say, June 17th, technically the retrograde starts. Then it goes direct on the 3rd of what? November, right? So we got a nice little journey around, you know, a nice little journey. Damn near, what's that? Damn near 5 months almost. You know what I mean? Very close to 5 months, you know? Yeah. So this is get your house in order. So how do you know what area this is in though? Right? And this is where your birth time becomes important, because this is called the house. Once you know where is Saturn at in Pisces for you, then you can say, oh, okay, then I need to be on this area right here. You know what I'm saying? And Saturn also represents father. And so if you these signs that I talked about earlier, the first, like, I would really honestly say I can really say the first 17 days, but definitely the first 7 days of Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, um, then this could be something dealing with your father at this time, or a parent figure, the parent that was responsible for you. Because a lot of people, moms were their dads in a sense, but this is definitely a father energy. And it's funny because my youngest son is a Pisces, very early Pisces, and Saturn's in Pisces. And today, when I went to go pick him up, he stays after school, right? And so Saturn's dead on this nigga son. And remember, Saturn represents the father. So as I get the call to go pick him up, I hit him like, all right, I'm outside, because he stays after school, lift his weights and stuff. And he like, oh, I'm at the park. And I'm like, where is this at? And I put it in the map, like 8 minutes away. Walking is 25 minutes away. And I'm like, how the hell you get away over here? Now I already know what he up to, because I didn't got word that he already asked, could he go spend some time over some girl house that I've never heard of. And mom ain't having it. You know what I mean? Don't know your parents. Nope, nope. You know. And so I know what he on. You know what I'm saying? 17, he a virgin. Hormones is going. You know what I'm saying? But this is a major breach of security. Saturn also represents security. This is a major breach because I know I've had conversation with him. Don't you ever leave one location without us knowing, because I'm thinking you're gonna be at this location. An emergency happen. I'm the one that's coming. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever breach that. So he breached security today. And so now I go pull up, he outside, you know. Not necessarily my cup of tea, you know, but hey, he's just on, he outside. Girl come say hi. I say, hey, how you doing? You know, whatever. And shit. And he got in the car. When we pulled off, I lit into him. And I'm just like, hey, see, Saturn represents discipline, right? And the father figure. And I'm like, hey, I'm cussing, right? Don't, man, this is a problem. This is a serious problem. You broke protocol, bro. You broke security. Something happened to you, and you ain't got no phone. Where that leave me? Where the last place I'm gonna go look for you at? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you 17. You ain't even got ID. For real, for real. Like, something happened to you. Don't nobody know how to even call nobody. So where I'm looking for you at? You know, it's taking everything I'm this close for fucking you up. I'm just gonna tell you, like, physically fucking you up. Okay. Like, I'm serious about that. This shit don't ever happen again. And the only reason you get in the past is because I'm a guy and I know what you're going through. You know what I mean? He like, I just don't know why I didn't call when I was going over there. And I was like, cause you was being slick and your hormones is kicking in. Right when he said that, that's when I said, you know, yeah, that's the only reason I'm giving you a pass. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to get some ass, boy. I'm gonna give you a pass, but don't ever do that shit again. I'm serious. And you know, I was in him so bad, like he had to laugh at it, but in that laughter, he was like, I got it, Dad. Like I understand. Like I understand, man. And it felt good because I didn't want to fuck him up. You know what I mean? I don't want to. You know what I mean? But again, I'm looking at this shit and I said, lo and behold, I be damn. He's a Pisces. Saturn is dead on this dude's sun, which represent a double father energy. So now you got to get that lesson. And see, that's another thing. Saturn represents lessons, right? And so, you know, if you are those signs that I talked about, or you have planets in those signs that I talked about, specifically 0 to 7 degrees of the mutable signs, again, that would be Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, then there may be a lesson that's coming up. So if it's Venus involved in one of those signs of those degrees, then it could be a relationship lesson. If it's the sun involved in those degrees, then it could be a lesson with the father or an authoritative figure. That can come from the boss, that can come from government. You see what I'm saying? Or that can come from a parental figure. You see what I'm saying? So if it's moon and sun, we're talking more of a parental thing. If it's Mercury, could be travel or brothers and sisters and just communications, period. Venus, I said, is dealing with relationships. Mars is really masculine energy, which can just manifest in both of our in the female, because it can manifest itself as anger, right? Um, but this, you got to watch that one because Saturn Mars combinations are very dangerous. They're very accidental for sure, even murderous, even. And I'm not a fan of that. And to me, it really kind of comes off more like an enemy, more of a spiritual plane, like, oh shit, we this shit is deep. We really enemies. You know what I'm saying? Irregardless to the nature of the relationship. If it's Saturn square Mars, Saturn conjunct Mars, Saturn opposed Mars, and you go through it with somebody doing this particular transit, that's more of an enemy feel. You know what I'm saying? Irregardless to the nature of the relationship. If you're dealing with the outer planets, Jupiter, and you know what we call start to get into the outer Jupiter. Jupiter could be the law. So Saturn and Jupiter, that's a mythology. That's known as the Clash of the Titans. Or the Olympian War, rather, where Jupiter, Zeus overthrows Kronos, Saturn, and whatnot. This is a major law thing and shit. If you got Saturn, Jupiter combinations during this time, again, squares, opposition, conjunctions, your ass better not be doing shit illegal. Nothing. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. Because it's a double government law energy that's involved here. Okay. When you get into the Uranus energy, Saturn Uranus is interesting. It's more of a battle of freedom in a sense. And I think that's going to be more of an inner psychology thing, making sure that you have, you able to express who you are, your uniqueness, and the things that you're doing is not necessarily stifled by old traditions per se. But at the same time, too, you can't be so radical where it's not really being progressive. So you got to put a little bit of constraint, that Saturn energy to it. So it's more of a balance with those two forces right there. Um, and Pluto, well, Neptune is, again, that's a battle of all the stuff in Pisces. It's the equivalent of Saturn being in Pisces because Neptune rules Pisces. So if you're going through Saturn square Neptune, Saturn opposite Neptune, Saturn conjunct Neptune, again, this becomes a problem with spirituality. You got to make sure that you see people for what they really are. Saturn and Pisces is some motherfucking informants too, because Saturn represents government and Pisces is the cloak. Pisces is the illusion, and Pisces represents drugs. You feel me? And so this that snitch shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And so nothing to worry about if you're not involved in that kind of shit though. But just to give you some game, this is how you start to see this kind of stuff. Saturn and Pluto, ooh wee, them some dark ass niggas together. Pluto's dark, Saturn's dark, Pluto's probably darker in my book. But this is major. There's your world needs to fucking drastically change. If you got Saturn square Pluto, Saturn opposite Pluto, Saturn conjunct Pluto, like your world needs to freaking change. You know what I'm saying? Um, and don't even resist it. You just need to go with the flow and go fast. You know what I'm saying? The more you resist, it's kind of like being in a spider web or, in a reverse straight jacket or something. It gets tighter. You know what I'm saying? So it's time for transformation to happen. It's a new birth that's there. All right. So that's how that goes, man. Any questions? Put it in the chat. If you want to come up, I'll drop the link again. Come on, man. Come on along and talk to me. Come online and talk to me. You're going to come keep me company. I'm coming. And so I wanted to get into a conversation. I think a little bit when I was talking about that Saturn and Mars energy, right? Like, that joint we put out, me and Jew, where I put that out at, man, when we was talking about that might have been on Hip Hop. That's on Cosmic Conversations on the podcast. Let me put that podcast link up real fast. And maybe Spiritual Politics too, where we was talking about the ascension order of things, right? Like things you would study. When you dealing with Pisces, man, because Pisces deal with the imagination in the mystical realm. To me, Pisces also give you insight into past lives. Because it's a psychic phenomenon that's taking place. So that information is coming from somewhere, right? That's not in this realm. We're gonna have to get a thorough knowledge of this. And I'm just so happy to be in the timeline of humanity where the University of Virginia had created a program called DOPS, which stand for Department of Perceptual Studies. And a doctor by the name of Ian Stevenson is the creator of it. And he's wrote scholarly publications on birthmarks being mortal wound marks, basically your death mark. Your birthmark is your death mark. You gotta really think about that. Like, what the fuck is a birthmark anyway? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that? And he done some phenomenal research into past lives and these marks of trauma, and it's a real phenomenon. So I think Saturn and Pisces starts to give us some constructive spiritual insight into the most invisible of invisible realms of consciousness. Pisces is super consciousness. I think Mercury represents the thinking apparatus of logic, but Neptune is that spiritual shit. Neptune is another aspect of the mind. In the brain, you got the rational thinking mind, the neocortex right behind the forehead. that would be Mercury. More of the spiritual stuff will be more in what I would call an Olympic brain. Even go down to the reptilian brain, at the base of the spine, because the automatic processes of life forces running through there, telling your heart to beat, regulating, blood pressure, regulating body temperature, regulating just all these automatic processes that's taking place in the lower levels of the brain, in the basement, in the dungeons of the brain, right? That's Neptunian shit right there, where pure consciousness exists. Mercury is the apparatus of how you facilitate consciousness. Just like Mercury rules commerce, that's not money. Commerce is the movement of money, but not money itself. You see what I'm saying? So Mercury, Venus, those are, commerce and money go hand in hand, but one is one thing and one is the movement of that thing. You see what I'm saying? So, anyway, any questions? Let me go to the chat, man. What you got? Where's it at in your chart? What Pisces at in your chart? Talk to me, or hit that link and come on, talk to me, man. Let's build. Or if not, then I can start cleaning up because I'll be making a mess, man. I need to clean up this office. And I can go home and get ready to buckle down. We in the season where as dads we gotta step up. Period. El Boki. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely. I live in Florida as it relates to that, not knowing what a woman is in the movie industry might be leaving Hollywood. Yeah, man. Hey, Ron DeSantis ain't playing that shit. I like Ron a whole lot, but I don't think he know how to get down and dirty like Trump. Far as going, El Boki, what up, man? You on here? You gotta unmute your line though. You got Pisces in the third, Johnny Williams communication, man. Make sure shit is tight with the siblings. You know, the third and ninth house always get a pass because it's more of a mental house. So this could be a time to learn some stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just learning, communion. But if you ever thought about saying something, writing something, you know what I'm saying? Now is the time to do it within about this 2.5 year period. So it's time to get busy, man. Like, learn and teach, learn and share. Third house. What you say? I am goddess. What? I got no water. Oh, you got no water, which means what? What you saying? You ain't emotional? What you saying? You don't even think like a girl, huh? Is that what you saying? You're like, girl, you one of the fellas. You don't even think like a girl. You've been pushing yourself to write more. See, there we go. Right. So Saturn's energy should give you the constructive discipline to be able to do just that, man. JC, eighth house. Oh, eighth house, man. Eighth house, Saturn coming through the eighth. All right, man. That's the house of hanky panky. That's the house of sex secrets. The house of really get your affairs in order when it comes to your legacy, though. You know what I'm saying? The wills, insurance papers, shit like that. Taking care of family business, the inheritance. So Saturn in the eighth represents that if a parent dies or somebody leaves you some money, there could be some type of delay accessing it because Saturn represents delay. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that works, man. So take care of the financial business as it pertains to how you live on, man. El Boki, you here? Where you at? What's happening? What's going on? Tanisha, you still in the building? You coming on with me? I am goddess. You coming on? You camming up? You cammed up with us. Where's Sharita at? Sharita cam up in a second. Sharita put a hat on and cam on up. Must be busy working. Sharita, check your email too. I sent you something. Zigzagger. How do you figure it, man? You gotta know that chart, Zigzagger. You gotta know the chart. You gotta know thyself. So you can go to astro.com, but then you gotta find what Pisces is, and then you gotta figure out the degrees. But it ain't hard when you look at it. The shit is so easy. Just be like, okay, the sign starts there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the 7th degree, that line right there. Booyah. Look at I am goddess. Y'all see her negative. Negative what? Negative you ain't coming on. Negative you don't have no girly emotions. What you talking about? All right. So JC said I see that. So in not necessarily confusion at home. But it need to be structure inside the house. That's a family thing, and I will also check on mom's health during this particular time. But and it could be dad too. But that's home and family. And if you ever was gonna make a run in real estate, now's the time to really build a foundation upon something dealing with home and family. You got me. El Boki, I've been putting you on. I don't know where you at, man. You gotta let me see. What happened if you unmute your mic? You gotta unmute. You gotta unmute it. I don't know if you gotta hit a button, join the stream or something. I don't know. You scared? We're gonna have to put something on the calendar. Me, you, and the prime minister. We're gonna have to put something on the calendar. It's a freestyle, man. We can just freestyle. Just be free to have conversation. Freestyle. Yeah, man. You got to come into the join the Patreon, man. It's only $15. Join the Patreon, man. It can help you out in there. You know. Let me see something. Where's it at? Yeah, it's right here. You know what I mean? I don't know where you at, Zigzagger. I mean, I'm sorry, El Boki. Where you at, man? Right. All right. So what else we got? What else we got in the chat, man? Give me some questions. Come on, give me some questions. What I got on the wall, I gotta create. Hey, I am goddess heard this new production. Tell them in the chat. You ain't gotta give them. Well, they ain't gonna hear it anyway. So tell them what you thought about it. Tell them what you thought about it. I got something that's called Zodiac Transformer Avatar Visualization. All I'm gonna say is you Optimus Prime. You a big ass robot. And it's the sound effects on it is bananas. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Bananas, man. And I think you heard the dolphin joint, you know. So, you know, again, man, it's about conditioning our mind. And that's remember, Saturn is discipline, man. So you gotta have some spiritual discipline. So if you suck on your visualization and your spirit, like this 2.5 year period of time is the time to really dedicate yourself to some spiritual disciplines. Seriously. So for me, I wake up in the morning, I face the east, and then I'm on this dolphin thing right now, rolling with the crew. Heavy. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So gotta get you some visualization work done. Right. Johnny Williams, yep. Fourth house. Remember, it's not necessarily confusion, but structure. Structure in that house, structuring family. My suit was black and pink, iridescent with a lion on my chest. Oh shit, that's like the Thundercats and shit. I try to join, but I always have to wait in the room. Where you at? What happened? I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. You should just pop up down here, like bam. Like if I do this, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Oh no! I am goddess said it was fucking awesome. You hear that? That new shit that I got. Hey, I'm about to create a whole new shit. I'll be telling you. I said, nigga, I'm telling you, I am the Dr. Dre of guided visualization production, nigga. You want I'm telling you, I got you. I really wanted, I wish I would have thought about this when he was here so he can jump in on it. and shit. Because obviously I got to go into different character modes on this shit. So I'm like, it's a Starship Aquarius calling Sirius headquarters, come in, then I got to go into different voice and shit. This is Sirius headquarters, 10-4. Yeah, I got to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is fun because it's creative. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about we got that Eastern shit faded. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna even lie about it. That Eastern shit's boring. And to me, it just don't really resonate with the cultural expression of who we are in the core. And if that's a disconnect, that can create dissonance and whatnot. It's kind of like why I shouldn't even say that, but it's true, man. And I'm so excuse me, I'm just being ignorant right now. You know what I'm saying? When you start studying the love arts, right? Man, white people got it. You know what I mean? It's this white dude and he look kind of funny. Kind of look like a little gremlin, you know what I mean? And then there's this other couple, he black with a bald head, but then she's like Norwegian white, you know what I mean? And I'm like, just like, and you know what I mean? It's beautiful, but I need something that really talks to the core, you know what I'm saying? So, I can't go get certain sciences per se, because there's a cultural disconnect in a sense. I know that's very shallow of me. I know it is. But I've been blessed to get downloads to be able to really share. All right, trying to get my button on the phone might not be the best way to get on, man. Yeah, man, we laptop it, man. We laptop it. All right. I don't know, man. You say you're on your way to get the tablet. We try to wait for you. All right. So, any questions though? Anything in the chat? Like, I don't see nothing in the chat. I put the link on. Anybody want to come on with me? The two that's coming ain't got on. I don't know what else to share with y'all. We see why it's a retrograde. We know what to expect in the retrograde. Technically, we not out the retrograde zone until February the 7th, though. That's a long ass song. You know what I'm saying? Saturn and Leo. So Saturn and Leo. Saturn and Leo. Um Saturn and Leo, natal wise, represents. Told you Saturn is debilitated in Leo. So I got that placement. So that could be something dealing with children, restriction in children, karma in children, karma in love. You got to make sure that you're not too hard on children if you had children with Saturn and Leo. You know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure that you're not being, because Leo is hot summer and Saturn is cold winter. So you know, in that sign, you want to make sure that you're not being too cold when it comes to your love life. You ain't being stale. Saturn is rigid as fuck. Saturn is granddaddy. His nickname is Father Time. So you want to make sure that you're not being.
You got me on camera. Damn, looking bad.
You want to make sure that you're not being rigid in your love affairs. You know what I'm saying? More so knowledge TV.
Yeah.
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's going on, Chief? Yep. I could hear you. There you go. Where you go?
Yeah, I had to mute myself.
Okay. What's happening?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. I'm trying to pull up my camera right now. Dang, I didn't realize my locks was looking like this.
Oh man, it's all good, bro. It's all good. I need a fresh one myself. I had to think about it. I was like, boy, you need to go to the barbershop before you get on this camera. But
Yeah.
what's good? What's going on over there?
You know what? I got some questions, man. I'm kind of
Yeah.
I got my report for the month, but I'm having like a little issue, you know what I'm saying, in the workplace.
Okay.
I feel like I got opposition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Currently, one of my reporting managers, they're also a Gemini as well.
Yeah.
Um, well, a Taurus Gemini or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm just trying to. I don't know. Would you having this stream today about Saturn and just making me wonder, like, what do I got in store?
Right. So remember, I'm glad you mentioned that, right? So remember, here's the secret sauce of the game, everybody. Seriously. Like this rule I'm about to tell you really plays into Saturn and Neptune. This is the number one rule. I think I have put it in the Patreon. And everybody do not forget this rule. Always, always, always imagine in practice, because you have to practice that imaginal act. Imagine in practice what you want the desired outcome to be. This may require you doing it, and it should require you doing it every freaking day, especially if you can put yourself on a pattern of 28 days straight. You got to rehearse this shit. This shit is a movie script. This reality feels like it's a simulation. And so when you see the testimonials of the brother didn't go to jail because he kept on doing this certain practice and reciting a psalm or something, he's building up energy. And these people are going to actually start to bend to your will. It's no different than, you thinking about somebody and all of a sudden they call you or vice versa. You're like, yo, I was just thinking about that shit and that shit happened. Like, yeah, of course. So we have to build that muscle and practice that. So always, always, always work your magic, which is your imaginal thought for your desired outcome, whatever you want that to be. Whether you see that supervisor saying, hey, good job, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? You will be amazed, totally blown out the fucking water on how it will literally come back and mirror what you've been doing. Seriously. So never forget that, because see, Pisces is imagination and Saturn is discipline. So we got to be disciplined in this particular time. And you just want to see the outcome. And this shit goes for anywhere. I'll give y'all some examples of this shit because see, there's no filter or limitation on imagination. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's like the word creativity for Leos. Like, oh shit, that's why I call Leo the God factor. It's like, what the fuck you mean? Like, how, like creativity? That's a major fucking word to me. That's like all of creation in my head. Like creativity is too vast to limit that shit. Of course, you can focus it in on basketball, rap, or whatever the case may be. But my point is, when you're doing these imaginal acts, though, you have to, you just, man, listen, you got to go hard and consistent and role play your motherfucking ass off. One time I wanted to see Dr. Joe Dispenza so bad, right? I know Joe Dispenza like had horses, like horses and shit. Every day at 12 o'clock, I would pick up my phone and have a conversation with Joe Dispenza. I swear to God, as Jew. I would get on the fucking phone at 12 o'clock like clockwork. Hey, you get the gift I sent you? Yeah, man, I know you would love it, man. So anyway, I just had this short conversation, really animated in my emotion and shit, right? And so an email came out that he was coming to Denver. But guess what? At the time I was living in Denver, but it wasn't for an event that was his typical progressive workshops or the advanced workshop. It was like, hey guys, I'm in Denver. If anybody wants some training on how to train companies on this shit, holla at me. But I said, no, that's not what I want. I don't want that. I wanted him talking on the science. And I wanted to have the experience of the workshop too. So then he put it in Austin, Texas. So this is like 2015, 16 maybe, but I think it definitely was 15. And so he put it in Austin, Texas. I'm like, yo, fuck that. So I put an event together online. And so whatever my ticket was for Austin and my total expenses was, I swear to God, I got that number. I did a double header. I got that number and was probably like short, like $37 or some shit. Like I basically got that number. You know what I'm saying? But since I was doing a double header, I obviously the second time I exceeded that number. And like when I matched that number, I was like, yo, this shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? And so you can do these practices. An example would be you get a letter in the mail and the letter say one shit, you know what I'm saying? You don't like that shit. Listen, you better make your own letter, right? I'm not telling you to forge anything. What I'm saying is be creative. make your own letter saying what you wanted to say, drop that shit off in the mail and mail it back to yourself, right? Or you can take what they said and take red ink and cross that shit out, right? And then write your letter, mail it back to yourself, and keep doing that shit. You can play this game called Checking for the Check. Listen, I'm gonna give y'all some free shit because this is shit that we did years ago, right? I was just sharing this story with I Am Goddess the other day. Like, The Magic by Rhonda Byrne was the game opener for us in 2013, where I put together like, hey y'all, let's get on some gratitude shit. So you can probably find it online for free. It's called The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, the lady who wrote The Secret. You may find a PDF, and it's 28 days of gratitude. And two exercise on day one and day two. These two exercises will always be incorporated for the next 20, something days. Day one is you have to write down 10 things that you're grateful for. And I mean, listen, I'm grateful for my eyelashes for stopping dirt from getting in my eyes. Like, that's important. You know what I'm saying? When you start thinking about the body, it's a whole lot of stuff to be thankful for. You'll be here to the rest of your life when you start thinking about every single function the body can do, right? And so you got to do that every day, 10 things. And then the second day, you got to find what's called a gratitude rock. It could be a crystal, a rock from outside. And when you're about to go to sleep at night, which is very interesting because this is where your conscious mind, sleepy means my conscious mind is winding down and the subconscious is becoming more dominant. And therefore, when that happens and I'm not meditating, I got to go to sleep, right? And so when you're about to go into that subconscious realm, you grab your gratitude rock and you recall the most grateful thing of the day that has taken place. Recall that feeling. Got to have that feeling. See, the rock makes you feel. All senses are feeling, man. Hearing is sound touching something. Seeing is literally light touching the occipital lobe, right? All of this stuff is really about touch, right? So feeling is real. So you grab that gratitude rock, you recall that moment, the happiest moment of the day, recall that energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's what you want to take into the subconscious world with you, because now you're starting to reprogram your whole being with gratitude, right? And so those two practices you got to do every single day for the duration of some shit. So then we started this one called the magic check, right? So this shit y'all can do, right? So you can write a check out, you can mail that shit. I think everybody by now is familiar with Jim Carrey story, where he wrote a check out for $10 million for acting services rendered, kept it in his back pocket, actually had the date on it for like December or whatever that year was. When December that year rolled around, he got his first big check for $10 million. And his check was beat up, but he had it. So the point is, you can do these things and the shit will start to happen. We doing check for the check, expecting this check to come. Next thing you know, they hit you up. And it may be something like you were a part of a class action lawsuit and it's $3.19. Now, that's not life changing. But the point is, goddamn, this shit didn't happen until I start doing this. So I always like to show a bill that I had got, right? The bill was like $68. I should pull it off this computer real fast and I would have to load it up. But on the bill, you write, thank you, Comcast, for providing internet that allows me to run my business from home. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because when you think about it, you're really paying, like, people got to get paid, and your money is literally putting food on somebody's table somewhere. So that's something to be thankful about in a sense. And you're getting the service that you want. And so when I got the bill, it's like $69.08 and shit. It said I didn't pay them. Then I got the next bill. It said, hey, your previous bill was $69.08. This bill is exactly $69.08. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that total came up to, you owe I forget what it was, what the number was, and 16 cents, right? And I'm looking at this shit, and it says I didn't pay them. And then it said payment zero, balance zero. And I said, well, wait a minute. The goddamn bill said I now owe them $138.16. That's what it was. It was 138.16. I own 138.16 because it was two bills stacked on each other for the exact same amount. It says I owe 138, but then it says payment zero, which I paid nothing, and it says balance zero, due date none. I swear to God, that's what the bill said, right? I swear to, I'm gonna show that shit. And it's making me think. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Hold on. See, I go fucking looking for the receipts and shit. I wonder if it's on this drive. Hold on 1 second here. Let me see. Shouldn't be on this. I literally got a new computer, so I don't think it's on here. But it might be on. I gotta move shit around. But I swear to God, I'm gonna show it next time. And so shit like that starts to happen, y'all, based off of your thoughts. And that makes sense because in technology ain't nothing but digital energy, right? And so your name is associated with the shit. So the energy vibrates. So if you're vibrating at a higher level now, what's happening? Anything that's connected with you can start to feel it. So it starts to reverberate and come back into your reality. So always stay on your mental principles because here's the thing. There's no wrong way to do this shit. Like you have to do what feels good. This is why Crowley said, do what thy will, let love be the law, right? So when that elevated emotion is there, when it feels good, shit, watch out. Watch out. It's happening. It's going to happen. And so you got to remember, years ago, we taught a workshop called DAPA, where it's like, hey, you're the director, you're the actor, you're the producer, and you're the author, which is the writer of the movie. Those are the the four key people in any type of movie. And you got to understand you're all of that. So as the actor, your job is to make sure that that shit feel good. Because if it don't feel good and you ain't got no energy in it, that lackluster shit is like cut. That's the director gonna say cut and do it again. You know what I'm saying? So the shit has to feel good. What has to feel good? Whatever you doing. It ain't no wrong way to do this shit. Feel good about doing it. Now, it's a wrong way in a sense if you're thinking about some bullshit per se. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, once you know what your desired outcome is, hey man, get on that thing and feel good about getting on it. And all y'all go look into that book, get that book. It's probably free somewhere. We used to have it for free. Download that shit and start doing that 28-day practice. This is May 31st. By the time June come, I want to see testimonials coming from y'all from doing those practices. Like literally, that's what started our journey into the mental field of personal, like purposely and personally trying to create shit from our thoughts. Was that book right there?
Is that book that you are referring to? Is that something that you mentioned in the Patreon?
Nope. I never mentioned that one. I never. I need to. If I find it, I'm gonna put it back there though.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if I can find the PDF. I'm see if I can put it back there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got another question real quick. All right, so I know you said that it's not really a code red, but it's something that we should be looking out for if you were Gemini, Pisces,
Virgo.
You said Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius, and what was the fourth sign?
In Virgo.
And Virgo. Okay,
Yeah.
so basically mostly mutable and Mercury signs. I got Pisces in the 8th house, and I also have my North Node is in Gemini, my South Node is in Sagittarius.
Yeah.
So what I guess from that can I expect? I even think I got Jupiter in Sagittarius too.
Okay, that's at home. Yeah, that's at home. So with what was in Pisces? You got something in Pisces?
The 8th house in Pisces.
Okay, so the 8th house, joint resources, legacy, insurance policies, sexual partner. The 8th house is the details of marriage. I always say that shit. The 7th house is the formality, the legal contract. The 8th house is like, how we gonna get this money? How we gonna share it? You know, what are we gonna leave after we gone? You know what I'm saying? So the 8th house is the details. Saturn is like, yo, handle your business. So you want to make sure, like, start looking really into like life insurance plans, shit like that. Make sure the family is good, right? Things that's going to transfer. in a sense and transcend, your physical existence. Putting some structure on intimacy, even, you know what I'm saying? How can we, be better in this area, more connected and more successful as a unit? You know what I'm saying? Because Saturn wants success right there. Um, being conservative with investments at this time. This is not like Jupiter, Uranus go crazy type shit. It wants you to be a little bit more conservative in your approach when you invest in. If you are an investor, um, that's Saturn there. Saturn squaring North Node is like, hey man, if your North Node is where? In Jimmy? Did you say that?
Yeah, it's in Gemini.
Okay,
I'm
so
trying to get my chart with it. I can't get
yeah,
after to pop up, but I got my
okay.
chart saved
So
multiple ways
yeah,
anyway.
so North Node and Jimmy, that's a good North Node, man. Again, I always say the Gemini Sagittarius axis is the easiest shit because it's dealing with shit of the mind and studying and talking like okay, this ain't family, this ain't fucking money, this ain't relationships, this ain't my children. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just fucking learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost one of the least pressured axis in my opinion. So here, Saturn squared a node. It's like, hey, what you got to say? Because you're growing. Your lesson is growing into learning how to speak on something, to write, or some form of communication. Maybe it's just speaking up. It's something dealing with communication that's there. You know what I'm saying? What house you say that's in? Would that be over maybe what 11? Maybe what house is that for you? I'm
Pisces
thinking
is in the
11. Yeah, but where's Gemini for you?
8th. Hold up. Man, I got Gemini a few places. Yeah, you're right. It's in the 11th house.
It's in the 11th. Okay.
Yeah.
And so yeah, so maybe it's dealing with groups of friends, right? Something that's going to deal with some form of humanitarian objective in a sense. Maybe it's networking. Maybe it's an idea that you got about technology and shit. You know what I'm saying? Whatever these ideas are as it pertains to the group or technology, social networking, same thing. Hey, it's hey, it's time to get going on your shit. You know what I'm saying? It's time to start really hammering down and writing or speaking it in that sense because you got something to say. You know what I'm saying? Could be producing something, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? That's on that thing. Can you relate to that at all? Like North Node and Gemini? You got something to say?
Man, I can.
Yeah,
I mean, I got my YouTube channel. I got some
yeah, that's what I
videos
was about to
that
say. His shit got more soul knowledge TV. He got some shit to say. Everybody subscribe to that shit. You know what I'm saying? You got something to say. So that your mission is in the realm of technology communications. That's your soul's mission. Saturn square is like, hey, you on your shit? Let's go. So
Yeah, I mean, I got some things. I got some on a more occult level. I got some mantras, or I guess you could say some attunements and path workings that
yeah.
I've been working on here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess it's more so communication in the aspect of like occult sciences and things like that. I mean, obviously, I gravitate to the more Moorish and indigenous and cult topics and things like that. So
Yeah.
you right. North Node and Gemini. I guess it speaks to that aspect, the part of myself.
Right. 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 Yep. That's what that is, man. That's what that is.
All right, I got. Well, I don't have a question. My wife, she
No,
said she
it's all
had one
good.
more
Yeah, shoot
question,
it.
and then I'm gonna
Yeah.
get out your way.
Is right now a good time to accept a new job?
Where is your stuff at? So you can hedge the bet, right? Because I don't see the chart. I have to see it in totality, right? But I'm gonna say if you want it, yeah. But I'm also say if you feel like you gotta really analyze how you feel. So let me ask you this: so if it's for you, like, how do you feel about it?
Ooh, torn.
Why?
Because my current job does not pay me enough,
Okay.
but they need me, and for that reason, they love me because I provide. I do what's necessary,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not paying me what I need.
Okay.
And I also seek, like, I have a little thing with status, and it's like, y'all got me over here.
Let me just interject. She's also an Aquarius too.
Okay.
If you need any of her houses, I got them up as well. She has Aquarius in the 8th house, the 9th house, and let me see, her North Node is in Virgo.
Okay. Where is the 6th house cuss at?
The 6th house is in Sagittarius.
6th house Sag. And where's the 10th house, the MC?
Pisces.
Pisces on the MC.
Yeah.
So Pisces on the MC potentially could be, well, are you depending where you at and what time of birth too, what time of year? What's the rising sign?
She where's your rising?
Is it Cancer? Maybe
Cancer, but I feel Gemini.
Cancer.
In the Vedic astrology, I'm a Gemini rising.
Yeah, I don't mess with Vedic. I ain't messing with Vedic. Okay. I gotta see it. I gotta see it, right? So let me ask you this: with the other job, with the offer, if you didn't have, if you see with the current job, it's more of you in need and possibly you don't want to let nobody down because you know that you are needed, right?
Yes.
So okay, so let's just say that wasn't an issue, that you wasn't needed, and it was strictly the money thing in a sense, right? How do you feel about the new opportunity?
Well, it's a new opportunity, and so new opportunities always come with new challenges and new rewards. Mm-hmm. Either way it goes. But sometimes in my past, I've taken new opportunities for more money, and they have been horrible.
Right. I got you. Yeah, I would like to see it in totality, but I'll answer it this way though. I think if you honor how you feel, and I think how you feel about your current job is you're torn because you're needed, and it's more of a good Aquarian humanitarian type of vibe that you feel like you don't want to disappoint because you know you're needed. Yeah. But you're not fulfilled.
Right.
And so now, to me, I don't like that energy at all. I don't do well. Me personally, I don't do well with the energy of I'm not feeling it, but I gotta do it for whatever reason. Like I don't gotta do shit. I don't play that. Like I got it. Like I don't like that. I rebel quickly. Like no. And so because see what's happening is it's not the energy from the job is not reciprocating what you need. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so now you don't feel like going to this place. And now that becomes dangerous because see, when these cold red times come and you go into a place that you keep sending the signal out that you really don't want to go to and you dread going to, then we start to create external circumstances that take us off of that shit, i.e. called an accident type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a fan of that energy. I'm a fan of what feels good, and the thing is this, I think your perfect middle ground could be, hey, listen, I love the fact that I'm needed. I see where I'm needed, but this is what I need in my life in order for me to continue to contribute because I love being here and I want to contribute. Right. So I hope y'all still on the YouTube side because y'all got disconnected on the back end. But if you can find that middle ground of I want to contribute, but this is what I need to contribute, then I think that will be a beautiful thing. Then they got the opportunity to match. You see what I'm saying? And if they can't match, then you at that point where you say, okay, well, I can't, it's up to you at that point if you can or if you can't and whatnot. So that's what I would do. I would give them an opportunity to be able to match, because for you to say that, for you to have a dilemma because they need you, that shows loyalty. Mm-hmm. See, if it was about the money, it wouldn't even be a question. You'd just be out. You see what I'm saying? So there's a level of loyalty that's there. And I think if you articulate that, then at least they got an opportunity to say, hey, this is the best that we can do. And you can make a decision based off of that.
What if the best that they could do is just not Not giving, staying.
You said not giving?
Yeah, it's not giving. It's not giving. Stay here, please. It's giving. Well, hey, we don't believe you.
You saying? So you saying that they don't believe you?
Or no? I'm just saying. I'm making jokes, but I'm saying like what if they can't match that? If they can't match what I'm being offered.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if they can't, yeah, right.
The universe still reward me for leaving.
I think that's up to you, mother.
I think so.
Yeah. I think if they can't match, then obviously you got to make a decision at that particular point. You know what I'm saying? But you got to know that before you give them that proposition that you riding with the money if that's what it's about at the end of the day, because you do have things you have to do. I'm a big fan of too, like I love the corporate space from the angle of being able to generate a new source of revenue. Mm-hmm. So if I can come up with an idea to implement something and this could increase revenue, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Can we do that since it's not there now? And then within this form of revenue, could there be, that can justify, okay, I can get this number. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah. So I love that kind of shit. I love that because that's up my eighth house stellium, joint finances, equity, that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I would proposition that though, for sure. But think about a creative way, because you can just tell, hey, I'm loyal. I actually love it. I'm only in a dilemma because I know you guys need me and I got a money situation. You know what I mean? That's going on. And so I want you guys to be able to match me. And if you can't, I'll be willing to create XYZ to make this happen. And then you get to see if a person really honors you. See, it's one thing to be like, I got a tenant right now, right? She want new floors. I just had to put a roof on that house, even though insurance paid for it. But still, I like, it's still, money is spread thin. I got, it's just spread thin. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't have no money to put. I don't want to put no money on no floors right now, right? But it is absolutely my intention to, and I'll do it, but I'm not going to do it from the current source of what's there. I'll do it from my wholesale business and wouldn't mind just going ahead and doing it. She's been with me ever since I acquired that property. So it's been like 3-4 years or whatever. And I'll do it. But my point is, I told her today, like, it's absolutely my intention to get it done. Because I had told her she had did some red mulch. And I said, yeah, that looks good. Yeah. And I said, can you do me a favor too? Those broken blinds in the window, can you throw them away? Because it don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Throw it away. You know what I'm saying? And then I had to tell him that shit. Like, so, and then I said, and she was like, throw them away. She was like, well, I ain't got the blinds downstairs that's broken. She was like, blinds cost money. And then I said, oh, really? I said, what you think floors cost? You know what I'm saying? You talking about some damn blinds cost money. You trying to get me to lay floors. You know what I'm saying? So I said, but it is absolutely my intention to get some floors. Now, why am I saying that? I'm saying that because I wanted her to know that I truly value you. And I've always been a landlord that come and make the upgrades, right? And so you talking to this company gives them the chance to show how they value you. Even if they don't got it, can they articulate it in a way of, hey, we don't, but we can in top of the year Q1. You know what I'm saying? Or are they open for you to be able to create something to generate some new form of revenue as well? You know what I'm saying? So you get to see if your loyalty is really valued or if it's just being used, and then you can make your decision based off that.
Okay. All right. I love it.
Okay.
Right on.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Very welcome.
Most definitely. I do got another question, but I would like to actually ask you not on here because there's something in my chart.
Okay.
So, are you familiar with Rock?
Yeah. Absolutely. I fuck with him. Yeah, that's the OG. Me and Raw Koo had when we first met, one of the first encounters we had was some 5%ers was fucking with him over some astrology shit and just pseudoscience and shit. And it was on Sister Ciasia show, beautiful Ciasia show. I came through there and lit them motherfuckers up and shit. You know what I mean? I'll never forget that shit. So it's kind of like one of my first introductions to him and shit. But yeah, but what about him though?
No, it was just something that he mentioned to me on my chart, and I'm not gonna say on YouTube, but man, you can assist me with that. I definitely, will provide the 10% or whatever, for the choir, but
Yeah.
into the church. But it's just something that he said to me that I really would like to work with somebody, and since I'm already part of the Patreon, also shameless plug, if y'all haven't already joined the Patreon, I know he said the $30 tier is close, but join the $15 tier. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, just hit me up, man. Yeah, in fact, hold on, let me do this real fast. Let me open that up. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm about to go back here to the Patreon now, and do me a favor. This text that number first, because the way it's set up, if you ain't plugged in, it automatically shoot you the voicemail. And so I just dropped it. Yeah, so just text it, and then when I get off, I'll hit you up real fast.
Okay, cool.
Let's see what we on.
All right. Well, with that being the case, I don't have nothing else. I'm gonna let everybody else get on because I know how it be when folks is waiting. Like, man,
no, that's all good. Ain't nobody getting on here, man. I appreciate you camming up, and just hit me up. L Boki, what you say, like C Freeman L? Yeah, C Freeman L, man. Salute to the great ancestor. In fact, when I first got on the sciences, when he made transition, I was like, oh shit, somebody got to carry the torch. That's how I felt. And I was wearing the fez back then too. So I was like, yeah, I got to carry that. Queen Mott Wah Bay Sean Bivens. What's up? What's going on? What's happening? All right. I put that work to you, that self-activation workbook. Yeah. Do that. I talked a couple times even about real estate, but everything in due season. Hey man, let's do it, man. I got real estate. You've been on Acts 4:29. I gotta read that, man. Yeah, man. So I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. But yeah, look into the magic. Rhonda Burns, free PDF, Google around, get it, order the book, do what you got to do, man. Do that 28-day exercise of gratitude, shift your energy. Those of you that's in the joint, you do nothing. You do what I sent you. You do the dolphin. You do the dolphin visualization for 28 days, for 28 days. And because I want to see any dolphins start to pop up in your reality. You driving down the street, you see a dolphin on the back of a car, or somehow you see dolphin air conditioner, whatever dolphin pop up in your reality out the blue, you need to contact me, because synchronicity is bringing us together. And that's what I'm about to really get into. I'm talking full-fledged, full-geared spirit type shit. Like seriously, you know what I'm saying? I got some things, how we synchronize the minds collectively in practices and doing things where we can start to enhance our awareness on the astral plane by going to sleep with the same intention. That's what I'm on. Exploration and consciousness, basically. Okay. All right, man. Stay tuned. Click the like button, subscribe, hit the notification buttons because it helps the algorithm. And I'll see y'all in a couple of days, man. I'm kind of eager to get on here and talk, man. So I'll talk to you. All right. Peace.